Real Fly Girls Read, and welcome back to my channel. This is my June TBR video, and I have refilmed this like 3 other times before. Hopefully 4 times the charm, and we are going to jump in. And I figured we start with the books that I'm already reading. I am filming this on the 2nd day of June because it hasn't worked out before, and hopefully I can get this up fast because I don't like being behind. And let's jump right in. Let's pull up the first book. I already have the graphic on my Instagram, also Real Fly Girls Read, if you want to go check that out. But the very first book up on my list is an ARC. I have several ARCs on this TBR, 3 to be exact, and the first one is called All We Need. When I picked this, I did not know that it was the 3rd in a series. They are standalone, so you can read them like separately. But they do speak of like past happenings in other books. I think like some of them are happening like simultaneously, and like other characters. This is a small town romance, and the main characters are Booth and Alessandra. And Booth is a chef who works at his family restaurant, and he's absolutely tired of it. He kind of jumped in as head chef after his father passed away, and out of like responsibility and guilt has stayed, even though the restaurant was failing at one point. They were saved by anonymous benefactors who constantly disagree with all the changes Booth wants to make. He has always dreamed of being a big time chef. He wants to like explore his creativity, and the people who are in charge, the random faceless people who are on the other side of his emails, keep telling him no. When he wants to change the menu or do something different, and he's sick of it, he wants to leave, but he does not want to leave his family behind. And the FMC is Alessandra. We don't know why she is in the small town. The small town is set in Maine. It's called Sutton Bay. That's the name of the series. And I suspect why, like, it might be a little obvious why she's there, but he meets her at kind of like the town's annual street fair, and she is by a booth looking at art, and he walks up to her like all swaggery, trying to talk to her about art. Of course, he knows nothing, and makes a fool of himself because it is her booth and her art that he is commenting on. I have a bad track record with ARCs, and this one is okay, but all of them kind of seem meh. Nothing except for of course, my EJ Mello ARC that I read last month. Nothing that I have received as an early copy has exceeded 3 stars. So, that's unfortunate. Hopefully, this gets better. I'm not getting the romance right now. Like, I'm not understanding. On to something better that I have started. Way late. Way late. Is 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. And yes, I am reading this because it is currently June. Is it cheesy or corny? Yes, but soon. I did not read this because I kind of perceived this to be a very serious romance, and I was scared to read like very serious, hard-hitting books. That's what I perceived this to be. People were like literally raving about this when it came out 4 years ago, and I was like, no, I want to read some fun romance. And now here I am in my after 29. Reading all of the books that I deem too serious, all of the Kennedy Ryans and stuff like that, the Mariana Zapatas, the slow burns. That's my jam right now, so I'm diving into this. It is a romance between 2 authors. A romance writer named Eva, and she writes slutty vampire smut. She writes vampire romance. And between, what's his name? Shane, I think is the MC, and he is a literary writer. And they run to each other at a convention. Sparks fly. Everyone can see it. But what everyone does not know is that 20 years ago they spent 8 weeks together in June. Hence the title 7 Days in June. And they were like madly in love for that week. And I am very excited about this. I started reading it, and it's not what I thought it is. I can already tell this is probably going to be like a 4 or 5 star. And did I mention it's set in Brooklyn, where I'm from? Like, of course, I gotta give it a high rating. I will do it for a book set in New York. Yeah, started so far. It's not what I think it is. Very, very good. It's a Goodreads nominee, if that means anything to you. It doesn't mean anything to me. Those awards, I feel like, are... But, yeah. Anticipating a 5-star read from that one. And the last book that I already started out of the 8 books on this list is, of course, a T. Kingfisher. I have mentioned in my other videos, I have dove into her work. And she writes fantasy, she writes horror, and even, like, her fantasies are, like, slightly disturbing. A little horror-tinged. Which is just enough for me because I'm a scaredy cat. But, yeah, I should have read this book, The Clockwork Boys, before I read any of the books in, like, the Paladins series, because it's all in the same universe. And the duology, which I am so grateful. Can we normalize shorter, like, duology, trilogy, fantasy romances, fantasies? I don't really do those really long series. I feel like it's really hard to kind of keep somebody interested and intrigued with a story for that long. Like, 4 books tops. 5 is pushing it. Can we please? But on to this book. This is, because I read the other series. I don't think it's done enough. But I read the other series. This mentions, these kind of, like, robotic creatures, or, like, mechanical creatures, called, clock towers. And they're made out of this substance. No one's not sure if it's bone. It's, like, super hard to break. Like, they don't know if it's bone. It's stronger than ivory. And they mentioned in the Paladin series at some point that they could be possessed by demons, which is crazy. That is terrifying. And now here I am in that kind of story where these clockwork inventions are being used in a war. And the 2 cities that are at war, one of them, that's how one of them is winning, and the other one doesn't have a really good defense against this, so they are sending a ragtag group of criminals. One of them being a paladin that was mentioned in the last book in the Paladin series that I just read. So I'm very excited to see this character. We kind of hear his lore. He's kind of like we know he happened, but he's kind of like this myth or legend. And he was possessed by a demon. And that went on a killing rampage. And he's one of the few people to survive being exorcised, but he was supposed to be locked away. And they mentioned in the 4th book, nobody knows what happened to him. So now I am finally reading what happened to him. And this is another anticipated 5-star. It is so good. I'm only on chapter 4. T. Kingfisher might just be one of my favorite authors of all time right now. Which is crazy to say, but I have never read through a backlist like so fast. Like, I'm on the 5th book of hers since December. She is great at what she does. Fantasies can be hard. Word building can be hard to read, especially for me. And she makes it look easy. I'm flying through these. I'm listening to them all on audio. It has been a pleasure. I'm tempted to actually buy the book so I can read it. And maybe, I've never thought I'd be into this very, steampunk type of, kind of fantasy. But I'm eating this up. I will stop before I keep rambling. This book is this good. She's this good. And I will move on to the next one, which is the second arc I have on this list. It is Second Position by Sydney Madison. I kind of knew when I started this that this is the second in a series. It is also a book of standalones. The author does recommend that I read the first book first. I don't have to, but she thinks it enhances the experience. I don't have time for that. And I do want to get this arc done this month. So, hey, if I do have the time, maybe I'll fit in the first book. But I do want to fit in this arc. It is recommended for people who like One Tree Hill and Gossip Girl. While I didn't watch One Tree Hill, and maybe I should find it on Netflix or something and go back and watch that. I adored Gossip Girl. That makes me nervous though, because Gossip Girl, it's so hard to kind of get these super rich troubled characters likable. And Gossip Girl managed me to hate them and love the series and finish it. And I don't watch TV. I'm terrible at finish the series. But this book is between the FMC, I am forgetting their names. There's too many books. I am forgetting their names. The FMC. I don't really remember them, but yeah, she is a kind of a sheltered ballerina, and she has a best friend named. How do I remember the best friend's name? There's a best friend named Will, who is on the basketball team. She has been pining after him forever. Oh, wait, I think I got her name. Genevieve. Genevieve has been pining for Will forever, but he doesn't seem to notice her. And for some reason, the opportunity comes to lose her virginity to his teammate Grant. And Will does not like Grant. But Genevieve is kind of set on this. So this is a best friend's rival romance, which is crazy. I've never got one of those before. I have read Ex's Rival, which is my favorite trope ever. So if you see that, please recommend me some. I love that trope. This is something very different. Of course, it's going to cause a rift in their friendship, and I cannot wait for the drama to play out. Hopefully, this is well written. I told you I have a bad track record with ARCS, and I want this to be good. Moving on to the next two books are by the same author, B. Celeste. I had originally put Teach You to Love Me, which is the fourth in the Linden U series. It is a small town sports romance. I had put this on my TBR because the fifth book in the series is coming out this month and I am not caught up. What I did not anticipate is I applied for an arc of the fifth book weeks ago. I didn't think I was going to get it approved, but I got approved. So now both these books are on my TBR. Both Teach You to Love Me and Need You to Choose Me, 4 and 5 in the Linden U series. Teach You to Love Me follows two characters I think we were introduced to, kind of their romance, in the second book in the series. And it is a athlete advisor and a football player. It is a reverse age gap. It is taboo. They could very much get in trouble, well, she could at least, for this, and probably lose her job. I am weird about people in certain positions messing with younger people. They should not be messing with. So hopefully I do like this book. Hopefully she writes it in a way, because I have had authors write tropes that I don't approve of before in a way that has made me love the book. So I am hoping for that. And this next one, the last one in the series, is, all the other ones have been football players, college football players. This one is a professional hockey player and a plus size FMC. Her name is Olive. I'm pretty sure we met Olive in the previous books, either 2 or 3. I'm not sure, because I haven't, it's been over a year since I've picked them up. But I think she's a brother of one of the, football players, and he's warned her against messing around with one of the boys in the hockey team, who is now a pro. So this is kind of a grumpy, broody hockey player, right up my alley. I love a sports romance. I love team dynamics, and I love hockey players. And an FMC, a sassy one, who is not going to listen to her brother because no one tells her what to do. This is going to be a little messy. I'm not sure how it's going to work out, because this is now outside of the college setting. So hopefully I do enjoy this. I'm going to read some of the other tropes. If I can pull up this page. Let's see, it says pro hockey booty hero. A trigger warning for bipolar. Ooh, are back up and running. Let us continue. So the tropes of Need You to Choose Me, like I said. Pro hockey, booty hero. Trigger warning for bipolar and depression. He grovels to earn her back. I love a good grovel section. And dirty talk, which we also like, as long as it's genuine to the character. Don't have characters that you know dang well wouldn't be dirty talking. Alright, on to the next book. Is this my last book? Second to last book is the second book in the Curve series by Danielle Allen, plus size player, and it does come after Curvy Girl Summer, which I just did read last month. And yes, I did wait until it was warm again before I read a book called Curvy Girl Summer. I like to be on theme. But yeah, this follows the character Nina from the last book that is Aaliyah's friend, and she is the girl with the hotation. She does not believe one man can satisfy all her needs, so she keeps a few on roster. And the synopsis doesn't give away much, but this is her book, and we are going to see a man throw her off kilter. I love Nina's character. In the last book, I could not wait for her book. I thought we were gonna get her last, because there's another friend in the trio, and it doesn't say anything about the MMC. But I'm wondering if it's what's his name? The MMC from the first book. He has two friends too. So I wonder if it's gonna be like his friend, her friend. I would like that. That would be cute. Like the trio matching up. But that is that comes out this month. I think the 18th. No, the 13th. I am gonna go pick that up from the local bookshop. If I didn't mention about the other ARCS / like new releases that haven't come out yet, All We Need comes out June 6th, which I'll hopefully have this video up by then. And then Second Position does not come out until July, but I do want to get ahead of it. And I don't want to put it out for too long. But yeah, let's move on to the last book I have to read. And I actually have a copy of that book. I don't buy a whole lot of books. I don't like shelves full of books I don't know I love. My shelves are reserved for the books I adore. So, hopefully I adore this one. I don't have to get rid of it. And that is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This is a gothic romance about a girl who has a monster that lives in her head, which was very, very exciting for me. So let me read you the tropes for this book. It is reluctant allies to lovers. They're on an undercover mission, and it says that it has a unique magic system. I'm gonna go ahead and read the synopsis to this one, because I don't know a whole lot about it, except for the girl having a monster in her head. That was a big selling point for me. But the main character's name, I think, is pronounced Elspeth. And it says, Elspeth Spindle needs more than luck to stay safe. In the eerie, mist-locked kingdom of Blunder, she needs a monster. She calls him the Nightmare, an ancient, mercurial spirit tongue-tied, an ancient mercurial spirit trapped in her head. He protects her and keeps her safe. Nothing comes for free, especially magic. When Elspeth meets a mysterious highwayman on the forest road, her life takes a drastic turn. Thrust into a world of shadow and deception, she joins a dangerous quest to cure Blunder of the dark magic infecting it, except the highwayman just so happens to be the king's own nephew, captain of the most dangerous men in Blunder, and guilty of high treason. Yeah. I don't know why she's on the road. I don't know why she needs to team up with him. All I care about is the monster in her head. I don't know what my thing is with, like, creepy, like, romanticities or fantasies, but that seems to be what's winning right now, so why not continue? That is all right now for my June TBR. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe! Of course, I have not been telling you to do that, but please subscribe. A few of you have. I am grateful for that. And I will be back next time with my May wrap-up. Bye!